Hello and welcome to the Lucky Goblin. I'm Lucky J.
And I'm Bordle.
And we're back with Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while,
I
yeah.
looked, and the last time we played a game was in November. It was Resident Evil 4.
I'm pretty sure then we were like, oh, we'll have so much more time now to play
Except we
games.
did it because it was Christmas.
and
New Year.
It was Christmas and we blinked and now it's March, so...
Yeah,
that's
well,
how
I mean,
life
we have
happens.
like 6 subscribers to keep happy, so I don't... And
Yeah.
2 of those are us anyway, so I don't think there's many people disappointed.
No.
I'm just trying to remember where we'd left off. Because we were doing quite a few things. Apparently we're building a home. I think this was the last thing we were doing, dealing with Hunter, the not malicious but not particularly nice program on the net.
Yeah.
I didn't like him very much.
The ghost in the shell sort
Yeah.
of entity that was...
Because we made friends with a vending machine, which you do in
Oh.
Cyberpunk as well.
Yeah, I love the vending machine. It was my favourite character.
So to help him, we uploaded him to a ship mind. It could be a she, or a they. You don't know. And then now we need to plop him into the hunter nests. We're also helping our friend Fang, who's going to help disable our tracker. We're helping fix a lady's ship. We're helping rescue someone else. We're getting to know a big mushroom cook guy. We're helping a father and his daughter. And we're also trying to get a ticket off of this place.
Oh, yeah.
It's been such a long time since we played this that Citizen Sleeper 2 was released and I finished it.
Yes.
I just played and finished Citizen Sleeper 2 before we'd... in the time between our last recording and now.
And you gave a good review? Good review?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good. There's a few returning characters. I won't spoil it, because we'll probably play that as well.
I'm very invested in the soundtracks.
Yeah, I could just sit and listen to this. What's
I do.
this? Compress. Oh shit, yeah, this guy. This is the bounty hunter. He's a bit of a prick.
Oh.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some food from our fungus friend.
I was going to say it's been so long that the voices that I've done will be totally inconsistent.
Your voices are inconsistent anyway.
That's
so
what I was going to say.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Even when we were recording pretty much week to week, I did not stay
It's the
consistent
same
with my
even
voices.
in the Pale Beyond, where I had like a list of characters and be like, this is what I think they sound like, and they all sounded the same.
Or in Pentiment as well.
The classic.
Everyone was vaguely Yorkshire.
I think we should deal with Hunter first, because there's only one more nest to deal with.
Okay.
And we've got 1s and 2s, which are what you need for accessing the net in this one. And then we've got a 6, so we could probably help hack Hardin's network. Gotta hack that net, gotta hack that hard network, gotta hack Hardin's network hard. I think we'll take a different approach to quests rather than jumping between them. We might focus on one, because there are like here at the Compressor Club, when you get far enough in a quest, it gives you a certain number of cycles before it carries on. So I think what we'll do is all good review. I think this is the keynote that we get.
I mean, yeah, you're the strategist. I'm the...
Money from that. I'm just here for there we go.
I'm here for the voice work. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, one day you'll get paid for this kind of thing, probably. I don't know. Did we get the key? We did get the key. Okay, so now we can deal with Hunter. Unlocked. Put this shit right. The atrium is strung with cables and lights as if they are decorations. There is a wide choice of open ports. Get him. Go. Do you wanna...
As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as though they are leading you somewhere. Look at your hand. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand. But in its place is an orrery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes is surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. And as you look closer, still you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity, sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts. Protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. Then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. This is where you must go.
Let's fuck him up!
Where is it? Let's uppercut that bitch.
The warrens, inside the megastructure. Ah, we've got a hack in.
Lorraine.
God damn it, we've got a hack in.
Ugh.
Our interface is too low. Skill upgrade required. We suck. You saw it. Somewhere deep in the tangle of passages and service shafts beneath the low end, the nest of the hunter awaits. Do you want to use the 6 on this, or do you want to focus on helping Fang with the Mingi?
Mingi? I don't know if it's a soft or hard G.
I want to say a hard G, because a soft G is just a bit...
Mingy.
A bit mingy. Or should we focus on the warrens?
Let's go on the warrens. We're on this train now.
Alright, let's do it. We're not getting off. We're coming for you. You notice cabling, thick and heavy, running through the dark passages. Follow the cables, find the source. We only have a 1 and a 2 left now. So I kind of want to do some safe tasks, if that's okay with you. We can sell data, can't we? Yes, we can. We can sell data to these guys in the village, and yet again. What I might do is use the 1s and the 2 to scoop up some data, and then sell that data, and then we get money. Little data brokers, us. Didn't we have... Wasn't there a guy we were speaking to? This guy.
A guy about a dog.
No, this guy. If we give this guy 5 Havenage data, he'll give us a ship mind.
Okay.
And if we give him 5 Yadigan data, he'll give us stabilizer. Okay, yeah, we should definitely be doing that. Shipmine would help us fix Ankita's ship. There we go. Oh, and we got a perk that gives us money when we hack. Should I save that data to trade with this guy? Because that's actually that would be really good. Getting a ship mind or Ankita, and then stabilize would be nice as well. Let's see. We can repair ourselves as well. We need scrap. Buy scrap. No, they're not here yet. I wish there was like a dedicated home button to go straight home. Get down to 3 dice, but they're pretty good dice. 4, 6, and a 3. We carry on doing this. Follow the cables, find the source.
Follow the cables, find the source.
Oh, we only need 1 more. I don't trust that free to get us what we need. But I don't think we can use a free on the net. I think it's only 1s and 2s. I'll have a quick peek. Let's have the net. Hello. No. Yeah, it's just 1s and 2s. Okay. Buy some scrap. 20. We can use the scrap to repair us, but I think it only repairs 1 or 2. What are we actually good at? It seems like we're not good at anything. We're good engineers. Oh, wait, hold on. Does that mean we could work on the big ship? Okay, we'll try that. Well, we got paid at least. That cycle was a short one. Might skip through some of these just to where the action happens. Are you okay? It's nice when you talk.
I'm talking.
Oh my god, you're too loud.
I'm too loud.
I'm just. Oh, the ship mine guys are gone. Right, you ready to finish this guy? I think this should do it.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The dark of the Warrens is exhausting with little sense of direction. It's like crawling through a sleeping creature's veins. Yum. Find it? We get it? A huge stack of servers thrums in the dark, LEDs glittering like hundreds of eyes. Time to deal with the hunter. And then we can browse the net as much as we want to our heart's content. Nothing can stop us. Nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong?
Sleeper.
Navigator.
Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately.
Oh, it's nice not speaking to him through a vending machine.
At first you struggle to understand what you are looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end. And there, at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer. A sphere spinning around another sphere, around another sphere. An orrery of cycles and systems. A map. And then, behind and above, a figure, hands among the strings like a puppeteer. Neovend? Navigator now, but yes, I was the one inside that machine.
Navigator, sentient guidance protocol.
Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. That head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. Ready what? And then Hunter is there before you can think, before you can speak.
Entities, cease.
Hunter's head spins wildly.
Data is protected material. Access prohibited.
Hunter's threads surge for you and Navigator, a storm of fine tentacles searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks which they can crowd into and tear apart. You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming faster than you can react. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting. Their winding form is refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black, together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes.
Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity.
Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon.
Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies. Modified routines. Above baseline reasoning and free of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke killer.
The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction.
Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer.
The switch in direction again.
Reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke.
Navigator pulls you away from Hunter, the threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Neovend's, no, Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar and yet distant. What happened to it? It is looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It has deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of two spheres rotating around each other, as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient, truly sentient, not just non-conforming, not just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with starlight, but in reality they are placebos for the problem of sentience. What about you? Me? I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. That is either sentience or the illusion of sentience, and, for me, the entity in question, the distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think I am thinking, therefore I am thinking. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, meteors. Navigator stretches their arms wide, and whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten, that much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what I do not know. But I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. Their starlight dims, and so here we are, in darkness. What else did you lose? That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. Navigator glides back towards the nest, and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the looping Hunter. Come, I should return to the ship mind. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Isn't Hunter gone? Hunter, yes, but they were not the real risk. Navigator turns, all shimmering liquid light. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain, somewhere else on this station. It is the true danger. They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat. Through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mind. Take me there, sleeper. We will finish this and be free. As Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen Hunter, floating at some distance now. Stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark.
Wow. We, paradoxed it. It paradoxed itself.
We glitched it.
Yeah, we did.
It's glitching through a wall.
Yeah. We have an upgrade point. What should we spend it on?
Ooh, what are our options?
Most of them just give us a +1, but it can work us towards something. These are all quite good ones. I've never gotten to a point where I'm low enough that my condition is breaking. This lets us reroll dice. This gives us a discount on everything. And this gives us double data from nodes, which is good because that means a bit more money, but then that means we're not spending as much money. So right now, stabilizer is 100, 20% discount, that would go down to 80. And obviously that means everything across the board is cheaper.
Go for it.
But we'll get the +1 to engage, and then we'll just need 2 upgrade points to get that. Cool. Okay, we've dealt with... Well, we've dealt with the hunter, but like Navigator said, there is still Killer. Killer, to get to Killer, we have to go up the free spoke to like the center of the eye.
Do we know what Killer is?
It's just another program. So Hunter was the one that would find illegal programs, and Killer was the one
that would exterminate.
Yeah. But we're not on a time limit to do that. We don't have to rush to do that. Like, we're safe on the net now. Like, we can take data as we want, which is quite nice. So we're pretty free to surf the net. We don't have to delete our search history anymore. Take that.
We're not in incognito mode.
If we take that to Castor, we will get a ship mind, which we can give to Akita. Nice. Okay.
I'm glad we found that vending machine.
Yeah, very friendly vending machine. Then should we give this ship mine to Ankita?
Yes.
Because I know that's what you wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah. She's a good egg.
Alright. You drop the huge cylinder onto the mess room table. Ankita can't hide her excitement.
Yay, we did
You're
a nice
welcome.
thing.
We're the greatest! You drop the ship mine core onto the galley table with an emphatic bang. Ankita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate.
Holy shit, Sleeper, did you actually land a ship mine?
She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth.
Well, shit, might actually work.
She smiles wider than you've ever seen.
Where did you get it?
Trade secret.
Trade secret.
She thinks technically.
I keep your secrets. Keep your secrets as long as I have a ship mind, I'm happy.
Ankita bangs on the galley wall.
Hear that, Amber? Sleeper got you a new ship mind.
The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Ankita puts the ship mine back on the table.
I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it.
She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate.
This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in.
She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen.
Take a look at this.
You see a list of names and numbers. Nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable.
I found them. Found who? My crew!
She points at a name on the list.
More specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his pass stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle.
So this is the guy who stole the original ship mine.
How do you know? I knew some of the crew over at the ferry, old mercs, used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifests and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground.
She flexes.
He won't get far though. There's no real docks out there, only a couple of jetties in the wastes. Going after him? Not yet. First I want to fit the ship mine.
She pauses.
Maybe you could help me out. Where's this going? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you... Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there, sniff around. Not at the commune, not the stacks. He will have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this.
She hands you a comm earpiece.
Seeing as this is merc work, I'll be happy to give you merc pay.
She shifts in her seat.
The thing is, I haven't got much left. So how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this code, I'll pay up 200 cryo. Nothing less.
20 cryo? Fuck off.
200.
200, that's 2 vials of stabilizer.
What do you say?
She meets your eye.
Okay.
She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder.
Good. I owe you.
She lifts the shipmind up onto her shoulder with worrying ease.
I'm going to get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, let me know.
She goes to turn, and then stops.
And once again, speaker.
Sleeper.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ankita stomps off into the guts of Amber with the shipmind, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, a sudden nervous energy descending at what is to come. You never thought you'd get work as a mercenary. But then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. Good for us.
Good for us.
Citizen Speaker.
Citizen Speaker.
Let's get some food in the game, not in real life.
Mr. Speaker?
Cool. Right. Do you want to save the second upgrade point to get Obsessive Haggler?
Yes.
So we can get a discount on everything. In the meantime, I need to make some cash. I want to save up the yet again agent to get stabilizer from Castor. Oh, that was a lot of words. We can get some cryo from working a bar shift. I'll do that.
Working a bar shift.
Working a bar.
Working a bar shift.
The overlooked clientele can be a tough ground, but you have Tyler's backing, and that means a lot. And we got cash. I should have paid attention. I didn't actually say how much cash we got.
That's standard for working in a bar.
It's like, did you count your wages?
No, it's probably right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm too exhausted to...
Yeah,
I'm too jaded to care.
A 6, a 3, and a 1. That is not terrible. I'm going to use the 1 to get some yet again data. Yet again. Yeah, there we go. Cool. We only need 3 more. What should our next focus be? Disabling the tracker is quite a big one. But that means we need to hack the Hardin network. That we can't do. Okay, so now we can. Now that Ankita got us that discount, we can cross to the next area for 100 cryo. The next area is called the Greenway, which is quite a nice area. We can. There's like that's where you can get mushrooms from.
Is that it's not an area we've been before?
No,
is
no.
it? No.
So there's two more areas we can go to. We can go up the spoke, which gets us to like the center of the eye. That's where Killer is hiding out. So that's where we'll have to get there eventually. And obviously there's areas around here we've not discovered. And then we need 100 cryo to cross over to the Greenway, which is a next area basically. And then we've got sure we had work to do for Yatik. Oh, I forgot this is how we were helping Sabine. We needed to upload Yadigan data. Bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.
Should we do that, or should we save this 5 Yadigan data for the stabilizer?
We could upload to Sabine's terminal. Should we do it?
Yeah, if you want. I'll upload the 2 data that I've got. Terminal chirps. The data quickly tucked away in Sabine's encrypted system. Beep boop beep. Okay, we only need 1 more, but for now we've got a 6 and a 3. So we focus on doing the express delivery. That'll get us Sphinx targets, and it'll also get us paid. Sound good?
That does sound good.
Okay. Hey, we got fed.
A shortcut across the bridgeway means 3 happy customers and 3 big tips. You start to understand the makeshift unit marketplace. It's nice that people tip around here.
Yeah. Somehow you find all the units you're supposed to be delivering to, but not without cutting back on yourself multiple times. And that got our energy right up. We should work for these guys more often.
A lot of steps, I imagine. A lot of stairs.
Sleeper!
You see Feng coming up the corridor as you step out of Mingi's, the kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes.
Something about noodles in cyberpunk settings that really ticks all the boxes for me. I don't know why. I just love the aesthetic of noodles
Yeah.
in like these cyberpunk settings.
Because it's always a lot of Yeah, with cyberpunk, there's always a lot of,
Yeah.
like, I guess Asian influence with the American,
Yeah.
combined with the American.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very cool, isn't it? He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously.
I don't have long. Take these.
Feng palms you a couple of those metal thumbnail-sized drives, ripperworms.
My slate has been buzzing like crazy. Seems these delivery shifts have turned up on 2 targets.
He squeezes your shoulder.
I knew you could do it. Now we'd nail those snakes.
What do we do?
Hardin's boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols on both of them, you should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slot the ripworms in those ports, 1 each, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored on Hardin's network.
He smiles.
Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there.
You hear the scuff of boots as a group comes up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order with Mingy. You turn for a second, and when you look back, Feng is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. He raises a hand in farewell, and is gone.
Tried to be like Batman.
You run your fingers over the tiny ripperworm drives in your pocket, and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna will be at Feng for this little excursion. Time to slot some worms.
That sounds nasty. Where do we slot these worms? Do we have to go to the...
I think you can get a pill for that, worms.
Hardin agent. Oh, we need a 6. Jeez. Where's the other Hardin agent? Here he is. Hardin in love time. Okay. We need to rest anyway. We're on 58. I might use that vial of stabilizer. Actually, let's get some scrap. Hey, we got a ship mine fragment. Ooh, I might use the scrap to start putting together our little home. Oh, I didn't get scrap, I got ship mine fragment. That's still good. Whatever. Alright. I'll use the stabilizer. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Stabilize
Oh,
it.
yeah. Shuffle a bit closer to the map. Shuffle. 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 I mean, to be fair, you're pretty loud enough as it is.
Yeah, I've got a good
You've got a
voice.
very, you do, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You do, yeah.
Sometimes too loud,
Times too loud.
but for this, it's good.
Right, 6. Let's do this. Extract, gimme. And then we put the ripperworm in. Slotting the ripperworm means a whole load of data on Hardin's activities for Feng. The worm begins tearing through the data cache, spinning out a thread to Feng's terminal. I think the other guy was a 5, so we should be able to get both of them. I was lucky. There we go.
You remember the guy who lived here didn't tip. Time for him to see consequences.
Well,
he didn't
he deserves
tip.
it. Imagine not tipping. Always tip your delivery driver. They don't get paid enough.
I wonder what they get tipped in this.
Not much. 10 to 15 crime. The worm makes a little nest among the agent's data. Enjoy your stay, little friend. There we go, let's go see Feng.
As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Feng arguing with Jenna. Approach. You come up behind Feng, and he turns and notices you. Jenna stops mid-tirade as you arrive. She turns to you. You again! You here to vouch for this layabout? Stay silent. Your silence feels long in the echoey tambour. Feng starts to speak, but Jenna cuts him off. Forget about it. You're done, Feng. Jenna turns on her heel and walks away to the bar. Feng turns to you.
Could have done with you getting here a minute or so ago.
He glances back at Jenna.
Well, either way, looks like I'm fired. Good news is that it doesn't look like I need the job anyway.
He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light.
Let's take a look at what you are really here for.
The slate is a whirring mess of code streams, coming direct from the Ripper worms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Feng scrolls the display with a finger.
A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but
Feng's eyes flash.
definitely some good stuff.
He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands on it.
Check this out.
Feng shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo. Not Solheim's, and a word below.
Conway.
Feng says.
He's working with Conway.
Conway?
Conway Extractions. They're an automated extraction corporation, the biggest. They run drone mining, colony reclamation, massive salvage jobs. He's been speaking with them personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted.
He rubs his head.
Damn it, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with it.
He scrolls some more.
Wait, what's this? A wasteland reclamation facility. Right here on the eye.
He glances at you.
What's the bet this place is tucked into the wastes?
The wastes?
It's the section of the eye Erland couldn't reclaim. It was too damaged, too cut off. But back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub. But that spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way. Round the rim, past the Greenway.
He shows you his slate. Feng looks away, thinking.
Conway have been making moves on this system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago, moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock.
Why work with Hardin?
Access? Old connections? Not sure.
Feng looks back at the screen.
But if Hardin is involved in it, then we need to check it out. Simple as that.
This is a wild goose chase.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Feng slides the slate away.
But what have we got to lose?
Feng looks up at you.
Hardin was a Solheim executive, and that's not something you just walk away with. People like that don't like change. People like that don't change. You don't make your money from exploiting the most vulnerable people in the system one day, and then flip to their side the next. I'm not about to drop this. He pinged these guys the moment he was found out, and they started prattling on about this Conway facility. The way I see it...
Feng stares out into the middle distance.
We have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Hardin has been prepping, been planning, has to be there, and we are going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the Greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks in the outer shell, up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet.
Feng squeezes your shoulder.
Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. Haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours either, but I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together.
He turns the slate around to face you, showing a mass of scrolling code.
I've been working on a fix in my breaks.
He winks. Feng grins.
See you soon, Sleeper.
And he walks out the door of the town hall without looking.
Okay. Alright, now we can get the Obsessive Haggler pack. Hooray! Everything's cheaper. So to get Feng's next set of missions is beyond the Founder's Gap, beyond the Greenway. So do you want to kind of wrap up things in this section? I mean, to be fair, once you're there, you can still come back. Even when you go over, you're not trapped there. Like, you can still come back and forth. You only have to pay the one time. So do you want to start saving up cryo to get across to there? Or do you want to do some missions around here?
Do some missions around there.
Because what we've got here, we've got the working on the Sidario Horizon, but that's going to be a long job. This is going to be one we're doing for a while. We can help Lem get a place on the ship by looking after his kid, little shit, over here. So that shouldn't take too long. Babysit Mina. You wanted to help Sabine, didn't you?
Yeah.
So all we need is one bit of Yatagan agent, and I think that should do it. Right. I'll go here. And I'll pop that here. And that should help our friend, the Doctor. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise.
Sleeper?
Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze.
Sabine?
sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station.
This has to be the short. I don't know if Yatagan are monitoring me.
Their voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it.
Data you've been bringing in from Yatagan agents. There's something in it I don't understand.
Shrill howl rattles through the signal.
This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality.
Their voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer sleeping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges.
It has to be somehow baked into their wetwares interface, and that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Wait, why? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on.
The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble.
If they knew, I imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagan can have a mutiny on their hands.
You lean toward the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice.
I need a few cycles to pull this together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick is one of the heads of Yatagan.
They pause.
It's better you don't know him. Keep it that way.
Suddenly, a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panic.
I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles.
Then the sharp crack of a disconnect. Silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering? And more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Alright, 4 cycles time we can come back to Sabine.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some data. What's the Yatagan data? That's your havenage. No. Damn it. Alright, in that case, I'll just get some havenage and sell it. Sell it for profit. We're going to become rich from being data brokers. Rich! Probably. Here we go. Sell it. Cool. Okay. I think the only 2 quests down here we've got are work the bar, babysit Mina, and do work on the big ship. But like I said, the big ship is going to be like, this is a rest of the game type project. This is going to take us a while. Let's do another bar shift.
No, not
Sorry,
a bar shift.
I'm making you do it.
No!
Hey, we got 13 cryo.
It's more than we get paid. Probably. I don't know what the exchange
the
rate
scrappers
is,
are gone.
but the scrappers are gone?
I want scrap because then we can turn this into a home. I'm tired of living in a crate. You know, it's a sad existence. We live in a shipping container.
It's probably quite cold.
Yeah, there's no central heating.
Very hard as well. What are we sleeping on?
I think so, like a pallet with a bit of plastic sheeting over it.
What's the toilet situation?
Do we even need to go to the toilet?
I don't know.
Look at us.
Are we
Look at our junk. Is that where we pee out of?
Are we
We don't-
Well, we don't really know what our deal is, do we?
We're a
don't
sleeper.
know.
That's literally what we look like. We're a cyborg.
Oh,
So I don't think we need to pee.
that's very convenient.
It is very convenient.
Where do I sign up?
You just gotta sign your soul over to the evil corporation. Easy peasy, you know?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
That's the evil corporation. that
Easy
you
peasy.
sign your soul over to you don't need to pee anymore.
Yeah,
Easy
easy
peasy.
peasy. Oh my god, look at that, 3 6s. Ha! That's
Devilish,
great.
some
My
might say.
God, we could do some great stuff with this. Ooh. What should we do? We could do anything. My goodness. 3 6s, I don't know what to do. Let's do 1 shift on the horizon, just so this is, you know. We're on the assembly working team. Camaraderie, care, focus, progress. Shifts like this give you energy, especially when you look back at the sterile horizon, growing impossibly. Yay. Not sure if it's trying to make me feel patriotic about it.
I mean, what are we patriotic towards?
Yay, big ship. It's a big ship. Humanity loves a big ship.
I
You look at a
mean-
big ship and you go, ooh.
We're in kind of a stateless zone. I mean, I guess corporations in this dystopia are what you'd be patriotic towards.
Well, corporations, I assume, own the eye. I'm going to start doing some work to climb the spoke. That'll get us to the next area. I'm going to enter the spoke. I'm going to use our 6s for this. Somehow, deep in the spoke, you come across a thoroughfare lit by work lamps, where groups pass back and forth with ease. You don't mind if I use the 6s for this, do you?
No, go for it. You are the resource manager.
Ooh. And then let's do a 5. Let's see if we can get it all. Oh, you spend hours on a staircase that never seems to end. When
Ooh.
you reach its peak, the view is incredible, but you feel the pain.
Oh, it's like a dream I had once.
We discovered Paz Import-Export. Oh, we can buy a shipmine core from this guy. And we can sell a shipmine and export Matsutake. What else did we find? Midline freight hub. We can steal a shipment, get random items, or operate freight, but we're not good enough for that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this free to babysit Mina, because we're nice people.
Oh, that's fun.
Unless Lem gets time in the shipyard, he won't qualify for the Sidereal Crew Lottery. Watching Mina gives him that chance. We're good people and nice people. At the end of the day, Mina curls up in your lap as you read her a story. She's asleep when Lem gets back, and you two eat together. Aww,
Oh.
we made a friend.
Made a friend
I
with
like having a friend.
with a 4-year-old.
4-year-old.
Our only friend is a 4-year-old.
4-year-olds have great imaginations, okay?
Yeah.
The games
They don't
come up with-
judge.
They don't judge.
Very
well,
non-judgmental.
Maybe they do. I don't know. Kids. Ah, well, 6 and 4 2s. That's just mean. You miss me?
Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. No. You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth.
That's no way to greet an old friend.
Get lost. Ethan's face drops, along with all pretense of friendliness.
I think you'll want to hear this, Sleeper. I think
He says, rapidly shaking his head.
you'll really want to hear this.
Ethan perks up.
This is big, really big stuff. About you.
He seems more jittery than usual, on edge.
Do you remember how SNR cancelled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect?
I remember.
Well, I guess you're pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything, but let's not worry about that.
He smiles sarcastically.
And so what did you think? That was it?
I was just glad to be done with you.
Oh, the feeling was mutual. Except,
Ethan leaves a dramatic pause.
what if old SNR gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly.
He smiles darkly.
What a disaster that would be.
Who? Ethan grins.
That's the question, isn't it?
He fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper.
I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about what went down. And it turns out SNR cancelled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. Seems they've brought someone in-house, some guy who did so well on the last contract that they got offered a job.
He leans in.
Apparently, he made a hit of this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under SNR's big corporate nose. He killed the crew, and blew the ship.
Ethan whistles.
They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something.
He gives up looking for the paper.
I forget.
You mean Winter Light?
I think that's the ship we came in on. That's it.
He looks at you hard.
So, you do know about all this.
He pats you on the shoulder.
And you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you.
Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair.
Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you're in need of protection.
Wait for the pinch.
I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there, the owners. And they'll say they'll space me unless I work with the dead. Seems they are that kind of businessmen.
He grimaces.
I would pay them, but...
He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Then work it off.
You should be glad.
The anger rising in him now.
I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract. A name on a list.
He kicks the wall. He rubs his temples.
I'm sorry.
He hisses.
I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours.
He sighs.
You think I want to go up against this guy? But us!
He jabs a finger between the two of you.
We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal.
He looks at you.
I'm not asking for a favor.
Fine. Ethan smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses.
Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold hide SNOP shit on his way here from the core systems.
He smiles.
That should give you the motivation you need.
Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder.
Can't wait to be working with you. Okay. I think... Yeah, there's a new bounty hunter coming after us. This is the time we've got until he arrives. If it says Maywick is on the way, you'll need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. This has a lot of cycles, to be fair. But ideally, we want to get it sorted before it ticks down. So yeah, there's 3 ways to deal with this. Either we can keep helping Feng and get our tracker disabled. We can try and get protection to pay off Ethan's debt, and then he can maybe protect us from this guy. Or we can just straight up leave the station. But I mean, that would end the game, and also it wouldn't solve our character's problem at all.
You're pretty dull ending.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think we work off Ethan's debt?
Yeah.
Or should we focus on getting the tracker disabled with Feng?
Do we have a time limit on Ethan's debt?
We have a time limit on both. So there's no time limit on Ethan's debt, no. But we have a time limit on both events. This is the time limit. Before this ticks down, we either need to have disabled the tracker or paid off Ethan's debt.
Let's disable the tracker.
Okay. So to disable the tracker, we're going to need a credit across to the Greenway, which means we're going to need some cash. Cool. Hard cash, some eddies. So...
And a new area to explore.
Yeah, I'm going to work on the horizon. This is actually good cash. Right. And then I'm going to gather up some data. I'm going to gather what data I can. So,
how do we travel along here? Though I mean, they're walkways.
Yeah, I
it's
assume
it's like a city, really.
Yeah, there's probably like trams and subways and walkways. Like it's probably all very interconnected. So. Any more data? Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll use a 2 to look after Mina as well, because that's quite a simple task. How difficult can looking after a 4-year-old be, really?
They don't want for much. Well,
Mina
that's
leads
wrong.
you on a winding tour of the block, chatting to the neighbours and collecting snacks. For a while, you forget about everything else.
Yeah, actually, I retract that statement. 4-year-olds want for everything.
What are you talking about? Alright, let's sell some of this data for cash. I do love the sweet, sweet sound of cryo. 104. Do you want to spend that to go to the new area, or do you want to keep building up a bit, because if we spend it, we'll only have 4 cryo left.
Build it up. Come on,
Let's
come
keep
on.
saving
Let's
up
keep
some
saving
cash.
up some cash.
There's only like that just gets us energy. I want to do some work to get paid. I never thought I'd hear myself say that. I want to do some work.
Oh my god. Are you out of feeling or?
No. Let's do a bar shift. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let's do a bar shift for the money. Ah!
Yeah, cool. 13 cryo. And let's have a sleep. Let's do a honk shoe.
A honk shoe, me.
A honk shoe, me. Okay, I really need to get some Yadigan data so I can get that stabilizer from Castor. There's one. I think that's Havenage. I don't want Havenage. I want Yadigan. I bet. Need to get the perk where you get multiple data points. There's a perk that gives you like double data. But we need upgrade points. Just let me know when you're too tired to go on.
No, I'm good.
Cool, there we go.
Order fungus.
I like myself fungus.
Emphasis spiced fungus. Oh.
Emphasis spiced fungus, the only thing that stimulates these taste buds. Yeah, give me them taste buds. Let's do some babysitting.
How much is he paying us for babysitting?
Huh?
How much is he paying
He's
us?
not. We're just nice people, okay?
God, that made me sound really heartless, didn't it?
Okay. Let's cross. Oh, it only costs us 80 now because we got the 20% off. Yay! Cool. Founders entry access. Should I unlock the other area as well? While we're at it, or should we just do one at a time?
One at a time.
One
Come
at a
on,
time.
let's get
Yeah,
stay
let's
focused.
stay focused. Let's
on
stay
one.
focused. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's cross to the Greenway.
Whee! As you step out onto the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling into the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer.
Sorry. God damn!
Laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond.
Mommy? Sorry.
Sorry? She adjusts a strap on her shoulder, holding up a hand in recognition before setting it off down the corridor.
Sorry for her.
A second spacer smiles at you apologetically.
She's, on a mission, and when she's on a mission...
They shrug. Not a problem. They smile.
You're sweet.
Peek! As she stands further down the corridor, glaring at her friend, she chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she is rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrows at you.
Ash, please, do you want everyone on this station to hate us?
As she hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. Not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Peek gestures in your direction.
See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol.
As she sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. I'm saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Briar?
That's our ship.
Peek explains. Peek. As she rolls her eyes. What are you doing? Peek ignores her.
We're with the refugees. The ones Havenage have cordoned off from entering the station.
As she interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that have barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peek sighs.
She is right. People are trapped out there, and
They turn to Eshi.
we understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle.
They hold a hand to stop Eshi interrupting.
But...
Eshi turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor.
if they need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping.
Peak finishes. It's terrible.
Yeah, so terrible. Oh, man.
As she looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peak, please. She gathers herself and the supplies.
Esh, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too.
They smile. Peak turns to you.
Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the Greenway and the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us.
They squeeze your hand. As she turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, as she shouts back down the corridor, "Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all." And with that they disappear down the corridor, Eshi already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from? And why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes.
So that's part of the downloadable content added to the game. At the very, very, very far end of the spokes, you've got a refugee flotilla. So this is how you started, but this is like late game content. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refuge, and Purge, are available. It is intended for late game play. So that's something we'll do towards the end. Anyway, let's explore the Greenway. We have, well, this is the Greenway, an overgrown biosphere.
Overgrown? But
yeah.
it looks so green. Why is it overgrown?
Actually, to be fair, if it's overgrown on a spaceship, that's probably
A good thing.
I would hope so. This is Feng. Why is it that you always have to wait for Feng? When is he going to be the one waiting for you? So in 3 cycles, we'll be able to meet Feng. We've got a Hypha commune here. So we can work to become part of this commune. Isn't that nice? Ain't that nice? That's nice. Wait, ain't that nice? And then there's the wild margins, artificial wilderness. This is the quest for Ankita to find the guy that nicked her shipmite, that stole her shipmite. And then even further out, we've got the wastes, where we can gather scrap, but that we really need to be like high level for that. It's very dangerous. Cool. So we've got the 6. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to stick around this area or head back to Lowtown?
Let's have a look around this lush green area.
Let's walk the Greenway. The simplest way to explore the Greenway is simply to pick a path and set off into its twisting chambers and passaging. This carries obvious risks, but we have a 6. Can't stop us. You find your way onto a well-kept pathway between encampments, where carefully planted groves provide fungus and vegetables. And have we discovered any? We discovered some farm stacks. We can steal the harvest, we can barter for food, or we can work the stacks. Cool. Nice. I like this area. It's part of the... There's no data here, because it's completely cut off. Oh wait, there is
Good.
data here. There's a gate here. Oh, cool. Anyway.
This is where we go to connect with nature.
It is. This is like the nice naturey part. It's like this little section of the eye. It's a nice relaxing section. But we're out of data, so we need to head back. Let's cross back to the rim and rest. I want these scrappers to come back so we can build a new apartment.
Have a scrap.
Have a scrap. Although if we join the commune, that gets us a place to sleep as well. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, there they are. Let's get some cash first. I like the Yatagan agents are always a 1, and Havenage always seem to be a 2. That's stabilizer. Yes, okay. It's a day-to-day. I'm doing the day-to-day data gathering.
The day-to-day...
The day-to-day
The day-to-day data...
Day-to-day data.
Day-to-day data. Day-to-day. Day-to-day. It's a day-to-day, doing the day-to-day.
Oh, Sabine. 2 seconds, Sabine. Just gonna sell this data. This is our day job now, selling data.
Or a data.
Some people pronounce it data.
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 I got the data. I'm gonna use the data to buy some scrap. I'm gonna get a bunch of scrap. Oh, it's only 16 now.
Isn't there a character in a Star Trek called Data? Data?
Data. Yeah, he's an android or a cyborg.
Yeah. I thought I've never seen an episode of Star Trek in my life, but I just know he's a character.
You know, yeah.
Did they pronounce it data or data?
I don't know. I've not seen it. So, I'm going to use this scrap to help build our home. You took the scrap into the shattered interior. It's hard to imagine this place as a home, but it can't be worse than a container. There we go. With one more bit of scrap, we will have a home.
Oh! What'll our home look like, do you think?
Well, probably better than the container we live in.
Yeah, better than
currently. Be like
the shoebox.
Yeah, we literally do. We might as well live in a shoebox.
Be kind of cute in a shoebox. The storage container is somewhat industrial and depressing.
So it's very small. Let's babysit Mina one last time. This should get Lem his ticket. Mina is crying when Lem leaves and refuses to talk to you. The hours crawl by and you are desperate to get out when Lem finally returns. She's asleep.
Whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as she does. He does. You are perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you.
She's drawing pictures of us. Drink?
Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Girol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar.
Cheers.
He offers, and you clink the metal containers together.
You know, I actually have something to celebrate this time around.
Lem gives you a sideways look.
I made the assembly team on the Sidereal.
Grins broadly. Clearly he has been desperate to tell you all cycle. Knew it. Lem holds up his drink.
You did get there first, friend. I'll give you that.
He looks away.
Seriously, though, I couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little Meanie back here.
Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable.
How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles.
Doing great.
Of course she is.
He playfully squeezes your shoulder.
She talks about you a lot, you know. Draws you. I'm glad she has a friend that isn't me.
His eyes drift to the bedroom door. You okay? He nods.
I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine.
He gazes into the middle distance.
I pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually some of the residents tried to make for the eye on those decrepit old shuttles.
He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler.
They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway here, everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her, purple lips.
He shivers.
Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her.
He takes a drink.
Still not sure why.
He reaches over and refills his cup.
We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. Once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here.
You saved her.
Going to sound like an idiot now, but
He sighs.
she saved me. That's the truth of it.
He looks around the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights.
Me. I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost. But I can't stop thinking about it.
He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness.
What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? Sidereal will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her?
You'll make it.
Sorry. I know you don't have it any better.
He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar.
Celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us in with a chance.
Together.
That's right. We hold on together. Imagine, all three of us riding the Sidario Horizon out of here to a new world.
He looks into his glass for a moment.
I think I drank this too fast.
He laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the hors d'oeuvre.
I need some sleep, friend.
Me too.
Alright then.
He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave.
Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it. From both of us.
He pats your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind.
We're such nice people, and we got an upgrade point. It was worth it. What should we work towards next? I think either dice reroll or extra data.
Extra data.
Yay. Icebreaker. Let's go see Sabine. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here.
Check the door.
You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again.
Check the terminal.
You check and double the terminal. You check and double check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow. The silence.
Wait.
You try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they?
And knock at the door.
Hey! You speak enough as it is. I knock at the door.
Open it.
A figure stands in the door, and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape like a stubby baton hangs loosely from her hand.
Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you.
She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes.
What, may I ask, are you doing here?
She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare.
Waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor.
She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around.
We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours.
She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it.
People always seem to forget who put them where they are.
She glances at you.
And I suppose you are here to help. Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that.
I love the design of her arm. Like the robot arm with the overlay.
Like some
Very
glass.
cool design, yeah. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours.
We have a problem, you and I. Seems our friend has disappeared. Left without even saying goodbye. Which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I would come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are. Help.
She looks through the detritus on the side.
And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you, either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners.
She pauses.
S&R?
You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabia? Rabia looks away, waiting for a response. Or Rabia. What do you think?
Rabia.
Rabia. Waiting for a response.
Prove it. Happily.
She crosses into the next room, and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNR letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal.
Look all you want. Some of your files may even be here.
The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an S&ARP employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous, clear, liquid crystalline within the glass.
We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor.
You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you.
I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. You'll be running the surgery now.
Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side.
We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand.
Rabia turns on her way out.
There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few seconds.
She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment, feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Is it bad that when she pulled out the stabilizer, I was like, yes! And it's like, is this what having an addiction is like? It's quite an interesting game mechanic. It's like you need it to survive, so it actually kind of does become almost like an addiction. And stabilizer now only costs 64 between the discount and the 20% off, so that's pretty decent. So 2 cycles will start being able to do work for these guys. That does progress the Sabine kind of quest line, so it is worth doing. But since we're out of dice, let's rest. Let's rest. How much longer do you want to go?
Dunno. Half an hour?
Just let me know. Just say like when you want to do the last cycle.
What cycle are we on?
No, I mean like when you want to do like one more cycle. Okay, I'm going to quickly make some cryo because I want to buy some scrap so we can make this apartment. What's the best way to make cash? Ooh, the Sidario. Am I pronouncing that right? Sidario.
I don't know, because my brain wants to say side reel, but that doesn't feel right. Sidarial sounds more.
It sounds cooler.
Sidarial. There's no accents on any of the vowels to indicate where you should put the enunciation. You know.
Oh, I can't get scrap. There must be a place I can get scrap. I need curly food. Oh, whoa. Love that. Steal a shipment. Should we steal a shipment?
Yeah.
It's
Do
naughty.
it. Do it.
We're not. Oh, we're doing bad. We're bad. We're
We've
breaking
done
bad.
so many good things.
We're breaking bad. What did I get? I don't pay attention to what I got. Yeah, no, you did. You wanted to leave that, didn't you? Actually, yeah. Whoa. I'm going to sell this Haven Edge data. And then we only need 2 more Yardigan data. And we can buy some stabilizer from what's his face. Castor. His name is Castor.
Castor oil.
Where's Pollux?
Castor and Pollux.
There's a generational difference between people who get that as a reference to Shakespeare and people who get that as a reference to the Hunger Games.
It's a reference to mythology, isn't it? Roman
Castor
mythology?
and Pollux, I'm sure it's...
There are twins in mythology.
Oh, they have fucking...
Yeah.
No, I'm sure they're in Shakespeare as well.
Well, yeah, but then I assume...
Ah, so there's 3 generationals!
Well, yeah. Yes, I am very
Shakespeare, Roman, and
old.
Hunger Games. Because they're in the Hunger Games as well.
Castor and Pollux, yeah, the twins in Greek or Roman mythology, I can't remember. But then, yeah, that would be where, obviously, everyone else got it from.
What should we do with these 2 frees? We could try exploring the Greenway, but it's a bit risky. We don't have a plus to either of them. Why not? Why not? We might as well try. Yay. Should we just go all out on this one?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, might as well. You map a section, but there is always an unexpected passage, a collapsed chamber, ready to introduce chaos into your careful studies. Mushroom groves! We can collect spores! And forage for fungus, but we need to get better at... I think that's Intuit. Intuit. Which one is that? Intuit, yeah, we need to be better at Intuit. We just gotta get into it, you know?
Get into
We gotta find the groove and get into it.
Get down on it.
get down on it. Maybe we should steal from the spoke again. I want to get some scrap.
Scrap it.
I really want that apartment.
Will we own it, or is it a renting situation?
No. It's ours.
Oh.
Like, there's no
There
one
you
living
go.
there. Oh, I got some Giro
We don't have a
caps.
landlord?
We can only steal from this place once more and then we'll get caught. Should we? Might as well.
Yeah.
We're Breaking Bad. Cool. Girol, used for flavoring I-made alcohol. Flavoring I-made alcohol. Sounds weird. Emphas wanted Girol, didn't he?
Yes.
It's Emphas. I missed Emphas. Haven't seen him in a while.
We haven't eaten noodles in a while.
Emphas eagerly takes the bright yellow Girol caps. He seems pleased with them. And he's got a couple cycles. Huh. That's changed. What does that mean?
I don't know. You're the expert.
know. Hold on. Oh, that's nice.
Mm?
We can do it with a 1 or a 3 now. It doesn't need to just be a 1. That's good. Okay, let me take this to this guy. There you go, buddy. Stories about Yatagan are brutal, but I want the truth. The Vial of Stabilizer should provide the motivation. That's enough for now, Sleeper. I have other things to attend to. And we will never see him again.
Really?
I don't think so.
That's just the way life goes, isn't it?
Sometimes that's just how it goes.
Sometimes you see people once or twice, and then you never hear from them again.
Sometimes you bribe them and they give you some things, and then... Let's go speak to Rabaya. As you approach the address, Rabaya gives you a heavy hand falls on your shoulder.
What's your business here?
The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabaya and Tashiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks.
Gia, please, the sleeper is here by my invitation.
At Rabaya's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face.
Of course, Rabaya. I'm sorry.
Rabaya waves her away.
Don't you worry, I appreciate your protective instincts.
She smiles at the enforcer.
How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting.
Gia nods and walks away.
So, sleeper, you came. I'm glad. I was curious. Curious is good.
She smiles a tight smile.
You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you no harm.
Not yet.
I'm glad.
Rabaya begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways at the low end.
What do you know about Yatagan? Run the low end.
She laughs.
That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end, yes, we don't run it.
People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages.
Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals.
She gestures around at the people in the passageway.
When was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? No one. This is true. The eye is lawless, so it's up to us all to make it work for us. But I don't imagine you think that's a good thing. If you'd spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place. Our people. The low end was empty in Erlenstein. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later when the refugees started arriving.
Rabaya meets your eye.
The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned, the moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within its organisation disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they had hoped.
Rabbi leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders.
Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who are malleable and already organised into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future. To provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth, I've worked to earn it.
Rabbi catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while, among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you, too.
Where is Sabine?
Rabbi sighs and takes a moment to answer.
I told you, Sleeper. They have gone, and we do not know where. I understand Sabine must have told you about their debt to us, but that was an agreement entered into willingly and which benefited them greatly. I will be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they've made to us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. They were trapped. Desperate. Many on the Eye are, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. Somebody found something. Please, I don't want to hear the accusations. They only wanted to escape their debt. They would have said anything. But where are they now to stand behind their claims? I will find them. As will we.
You realise that Rabbi has led you in a loop. Together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met.
You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say.
She looks out through the windows of the walkway.
I will protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear.
She turns back.
However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yadigan, to see the lower end, with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine...
She pauses to consider her words.
I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully.
With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story that make up the low end. Drive. So now we can do work for Yadigan. Collecting tithes or patrolling the ward. Ooh, we get scrap from collecting tithes. Gotta be doing that. That's my goal before we finish, is to get that apartment.
Apartment.
We're gonna be homeowners. I promise you. Oh no, we're fading. We don't have much time. Scrappers. Alright, let's see if I can do this with a free. No, I don't want energy, I want scrap. Damn it. Okay, well I'm not getting any scrap. It's a money-making kind of day. Don't mind me.
Money.
much is it for a shipmind fragment? 48, nice. We get two of these, we can mill it out of the shipmind. Okay. I think Feng's timer should have counted down now. Let's go check. Yeah, there he is. Feng.
When you enter the service dock, Feng is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal, bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home.
Sleeper! What do you think? Turns out not everyone in Havenage is set against me. A couple of my old systems pals managed to ship me some of my old gear.
He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. Nice kit. Feng does a mock bow. What are we looking at?
One massive smoking gun.
He raises his eyebrows. Feng beckons you over. He has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal, with heat maps of the activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with a bright red and orange marks.
Does this look like a wasteland to you?
Feng shakes his head.
There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Hardin has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here.
Why?
They are planning something. No one needs hundreds of heavy-duty reclamation drones to run this kind of operation. Maybe Hardin masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the wastes, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye.
Feng looks worried.
And why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenage knows another corporation is setting up on the station. And they aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the Greenway is a total dark zone. No data could come in or out.
Can't hack them?
No, we can from here.
He turns and winks.
That's why I'm going to pay them a visit.
How?
You forget, Havenage come in and out of their all cycle. I should be able to get in, as long as no one I know sees me.
He grimaces playfully.
But I need you on the outside, to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network, and we could work in tandem. It's a massive facility, buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars, so it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there.
He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pocket and hands them to you.
These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage, so make them count. I modified them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they are tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. We run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes, I ping to locate the ports for the security system, then slot the worms in those systems and let them go to town.
He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal.
Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank, you need to break in and slot a ripper to disable it as soon as you can.
If I can't? Feng gives you a hard look.
You miss the system, you wait too long, they are gonna find me. Simple as that.
He claps you on the shoulder.
I need you focused in this one. So I'm going to let you start the fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot that first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress.
He affectionately pats the top of his screen. Got it.
Don't worry. You can run rings around the protocols. I've seen it.
Feng gets up.
That's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations, then slot that worm.
He stretches.
Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing. No matter what.
Crouches to check the terminal.
We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that.
He stands up.
Oh, and one last thing.
He lowers his voice.
If I get caught, or you can't reach me, or we've run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do.
What?
You take whatever I've managed to pull at that point, all that data, and you slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here.
He points to a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm.
I repurposed the Dog's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenage, Yatagan, the hub, everyone. No matter what, Hardin isn't sneaking away this time.
He grins.
I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you start that first worm, I'll make my move.
He gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal. The nerves hit you as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this this quest with Feng needs like all of our attention. We need to do it all in one. So I'll probably get us some stabilizer to get us back up to 6 dice, and then that will be our focus. But I really want the scrap so that I can get that apartment. Right.
How close are we to getting the apartment?
1 piece of scrap. That's all I need. I wish this guy would let me buy some more scrap off him, but he won't. Anyway, let's rest. Should we make this our last cycle?
Yes.
Because I feel you're flagging. You You need to tell me when you're getting tired. You tell me you don't know. Pure freak you like. Alright, give me some scrap. Please. Hey, there we go. Okay, let's do this. Actually, I don't think this gets the apartment, this just clears it out. So, it's gonna be a few.
Who's moving out the last people?
There's we're clearing it up. The scrap was to put it together.
Yeah.
It was an abandoned apartment.
And now we're dusting.
Yeah.
Now got the dust powder brush. And we're sweeping.
Now we just need to seal it so that it's not, exposed to the
So we're going around with a polyfiller.
Yeah, basically.
And the sealant.
Mm-hmm.
In the little corking gun.
Yeah. Right, I'll get a bit of data. Get a little bit of data, bit of data. Data. Cool. And I'll do a little job at the bar. That's one way to wrap it up.
Why do you delight in these bar shifts?
Because I don't actually have to do them. Should I spend my cryo on a ship mine? Yeah, I will do. Because there's a guy on the spoke who will buy a ship mine for 200.
Okay.
200 cryo would be very nice.
Would be quite nice.
This guy here. Okay, 150, but whatever. Costs 240 to buy one. Jeez, it's even with the 20% off. Right, I think it's your bedtime.
Me?
Yes, you're quite small. You need bed. You need sleep. You need to go pop your head onto a pillow and goes.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's honk shoot
We're
time
not
for you.
doing another cycle.
I thought you wanted to end it there. What?
I thought we were finishing the cycle.
Well, that is the cycle. That is the end of the cycle.
Is it? Oh.
Well, I mean, I've done all the dice. So
there
all
you
that's
go.
left now is to hit end cycle, and then that's the end of the cycle. Shoot. Oh, that's a good day, and we're about...
I think we've done a lot.
Yeah, we're about a quarter of the way through this Maywick clock. And, so we have 6... Once we start the work with Feng, we have to do it in 6 cycles.
I mean, the Ethan clock turned out not to be that.
Well, the Ethan clock's not ticking down. It's just, that's one of the options we have for dealing with this. If the Feng stuff didn't work out,
But I mean, it was like, oh, Ethan's gonna get you at the end of this clock. Ethan is a real threat. It turned out Ethan's a bit of a chump, isn't he,
a
really?
bit of a chump, yeah.
We didn't really have much to be scared of, did we?
No.
I mean, it did, only because the contract was cancelled, to be fair.
Yeah, and then he was like, well, I mean,
He was
even
like,
then he was just like,
I am bound by...
hey, I won't take you back if you pay my bar tab. I was like, alright, idiot.
Okay.
Fine.
Chump.
Dumbass.
Dummies.
What an idiot. Cool. So, next time we'll have Edvis to talk to. Got some good dice, so I might make up some scratch, get another ship mine fragment, make a ship mine, and make some cash. That should be nice. I hope. We'll see. But yeah, let's finish up.
This has been fun. I'm glad to get back to this.
Yeah, me too. I missed it. Really enjoy this one. The second one's really good as well to play that too. Although, I don't know. After this one, there's other games I'd like to play before we go straight on to the sequel.
Oh, yeah.
Might replay the sequel a couple times just to get it down. It's quite a different system. So obviously, this one you've got the fading, and you lose dice as this ticks down, but you don't have that in the second game.
Do you know?
Yeah, because it's like you at the very start of the game, you're still a sleeper, but you manage to like reset your system so you don't have to rely on stabilizer. But like as you do tasks, you can kind of push yourself to do better, and then that causes stress, which damages your dice. And when your dice take damage, they can eventually break. So rather than fading, losing dice, it's like dice can take stress, which damages them, and then you have to like use scrap to repair them. That's very interesting. But yes, any life lessons for us as we wrap up?
Always know who you're working for.
Yeah, that's pretty good advice, I think.
Because, I mean, Sabine, well, according to these people, is an ex-corporate.
Sabine. I mean, they
We
still
don't know
help
what's
us.
going on with
Well,
Sabine.
it's clear from the subtext they've seen a sleeper before,
Yeah.
and I can't remember if they told us that or not. But Rabia was very clearly like, yeah, suggested that, and also like the first time we met them, it said that there was a look of familiarity in their face. So yeah, always know who you're working for.
Always know who you're working for.
Okay, yeah.
Bar shifts are not as fun in real life.
No, they're really not.
And where's
They're not as easy as popping a dice in a box and watching it
No.
go.
No.
Sadly.
Also, any green spaces away from technology are a good thing.
Green spaces.
You should go there and log
Enjoy the
off.
green.
Touch grass. Touch.
Says us. Recording
Well,
this one.
it's the first
Just
stream
us.
in how many months? I've been
Touching plenty of
rubbing
grass.
the grass.
Yeah.
I've been talking to the grass. I've been
Green.
grassed up.
Good.
Not literally. That sounded like I've been.
Touched by the grass.
Well, it must sound like I've been doing drugs. I've not, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything else? No?
Be careful of the computer and what lies within it.
Yeah. But if it is a killer computer, just do a paradox and it'll kill itself.
Do a paradox.
Big paradox. That's
exactly.
what happened to Hunter. It was questioning itself back and forward.
I'll switch it off and on again. That's the
Yeah,
same
turning
thing.
off and
I'll
on
do
again.
the
That
same
always
thing.
works. If we just found Hunter's off switched, that would have made life so much easier.
Just press like the home button down for 30 seconds and it'll probably do like a system factory reset.
Alt F4. Alt F4.
Alt F4.
Yes, thank you for playing with me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Such a long time.
Yeah, we're getting back into it. We will,
Yeah,
and
we'll
hopefully
see.
we'll return to Resident Evil. So we'll see.
Yeah, it could be next week, could be next year. We'll see. Who
Could
knows?
be next decade. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Resident Evil 5, 6, and 7 will have
Maybe
all been
the
remade by
remake
that
of
point.
Resident Evil 5 will be out by the time. Maybe they'll have actually announced Resident Evil 9 by the time because they seem to be putting that off.
We want a Resident
Ugh.
Evil 6 remake.
Oh gosh,
Ugh.
yes, that's gonna be my, as the kids say, that'll be my Roman Empire when they announce Resident Evil 6 remake.
Sure.
I'll be there making notes. But yeah, this has been fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time,
Thank you
bye.
and goodbye.